What's going on, my friends? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Um, just wanted to do a little. I know a lot of people don't like these, but health update. It's just so I've hit. So today will be 41 days of the 75 hard program that I'm, imposing on myself. Right, down to 235. I started way heavier than that. This year, because I started exercising last year as well, but not as hard as I'm doing it this year. But last year, I lost quite a bit of weight. So I was down to, I started at like almost 290, 285, 290 in 2021. Last year, I got down to like 245, 250. And then I kind of fell off over the winter. Eating crap and not exercising, worried about the weather outside and not going for my walks and runs and whatever, you know what I mean? And just kind of fell off. So I gained back about 10 pounds. So I was like 255, 260 right in there. And now I'm down to like 235, after 40, well, it'll be 41 days today. So yes, it was day number 40 out of the 75. And that's over halfway mark, It's not, I've had people DM me and be like, oh man, you're looking good. What are you doing? And mind you, I was a lot bigger, I've had to buy new underwear. I went from 2XL, they're all baggy on me and everything. And now I'm down in large, and as you can see, my shirts are huge on me now. So I got to start getting some new clothes. I was always hesitant to buy new clothes when I've lost weight before because I've been like 240, and because I gained the weight back. I didn't change the lifestyle. I just didn't eat or whatever it was. Or I'd eat like one little thing a day, and I wasn't doing it the correct way of creating a healthy habit. A positive habit. A daily habit of exercise, and so, but I can tell you, it's been some of the days out of the 40 have been tough, and some of them have been like, yeah, I can't wait to get out there and start push-ups and lifting a little this and that, jogging, walking, hiking, sprinting up hills. There's some days where I'm like, yeah, and then those days around the 23, 24 day mark where I was like, oh, you know what I mean? And but I still did it, I still went about it and I still made it happen, But as I was saying, I have friends that will DM me or that have DM'd me about like, oh, what are you doing? How are you doing this? And yada yada yada. And a lot of times I'm like, well, you might not like it, because they think it's some kind of quick fix thing, like some Ozempic freaking shot in the ass once a week or steroids, And no, it's just an hour and a half of exercise every day. Eating less bullshit, right? Eating less processed foods, that's for damn sure. I had a friend, they mean well, explained to me that the junk food doesn't really have anything to do with people's diseases. It's actually diseases of age. But I'm like, yeah, but those diseases of age come with obesity and come from the crap food, that you eat. But, I was told, oh no, it doesn't really matter what you eat as long as, it all turns into macronutrients. And I'm like, well, I know for myself when I eat sugar, wheats, flours, like all that pasta, everything made out of the same shit, glutens and just the sad diet, right? The standard American diet, I feel worse. My body breaks out, I get pimples, body acne, and it just everything's different. Everything, my bowel movements bad, you know what I mean? It's just like my whole body feels unhealthy. My energy level's down, my depression is up. So I know in my life that when I cut that stuff out, I might have like a handful of chips or two, here and there, I eat fruit here and there, sometimes if my daughter makes like coffee cake, cupcakes. I might have the top of one, you know, but that's about it. And sometimes I'll eat a little bit of rice, but I limit all that stuff. Very, very, you know, I highly limit that stuff. And you know, I eat a lot of meat. And people are like, oh, you shouldn't. You should eat more vegetables. I eat vegetables too. You know what I mean? We had like this zucchini casserole out of our garden last night. It was delicious, and you know. But I eat mostly meat, right? That's what I try to stick to. That's how I feel best on, you know. And but I continuously see, you know, friends of mine, and I see a lot less now that I'm not on Facebook. But I'll see people posting, you know, in the hospital again, you know, and then you kind of go through their feed and you see like the diabetic testing stuff, and you know, I was pre-diabetic, what they call pre-diabetic, for like 5 years, 4 or 5 years in a row when I got my blood work done, you know, so much in fact that they wanted to put me on medication, and I don't have that issue anymore, you know, and I just feel great, you know, I really do. So, and you know, I'm slimming down, you know, I got half an ab on each side up here, so I got one full ab. But you know, it feels good. But I explain to people what I do. You know, I don't drink. You know, I don't do any hard drugs. I do medical THC. But you know, I do that at the way at the end of my day usually, you know, and you know, I eat better foods. The exercise thing is a big part of it, you know. That's a very, very huge part of it, and you know, I can see the results. You know, I can feel the results. It don't even matter, you know. I had a goal of getting down to 220. I'm at 235 now. I mean, and I'm kind of stuck at 235, but you know, we'll see what happens. I kind of that's what happens. I kind of fluctuate between, like, you know, 5 pounds, like 235, 240, right? I'll be anywhere in between that, back and forth, for like a month or so, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, boom, I'll drop below the lowest point, and I'm like, whoa, and then it starts fluctuating from there. So you know, it sometimes it can be frustrating. It can be, you know, when you're not seeing daily results. Because I look at myself every day, you know. It's hard to stay motivated sometimes, but I just know that by doing this, you know, my first 75 days, and then you do the 30-day period, and then you do another 75, and then another 30-day period, and then another 75. So you get like a year of this going, you know, with no excuses, and you know, you have to be honest with yourself, but it feels good, you know. I'm on day 41 today, and I'll be going out in a little bit and go running around the pond, and it's raining out or misting out, so, and it's Monday, so it'll be pretty empty down there, which is always good news, you know. But I was just thinking about that, you know, because I keep seeing like people with their spouses dying, or friends of mine dying, or just always being sick, and or they'll just disappear from social media altogether, because that's basically where I see people for the most part, you know, except for the couple of positive folks that I stay in daily contact with, you know, friends from back in the day who are, you know, getting physically or are physically fit, that have motivated me even though they didn't know it at the time, and you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you know, well, you know, for the most part, you know, we're all still a little crazy, but like, so it's tough. It's tough watching it, you know. I'm about to be 53 years old in October, right? So I'm seeing, like I said, spouses, friends, this and that, or they just disappear, and then you'll hear years, you know, a year later, like, oh my God, I was so sick, and blah, blah, blah. And it just seems like everybody's willing to take, not everybody, a lot of people are willing to take the pharmaceutical route, you know, which they wanted to put me on. They wanted to put me on antidepressants, they wanted to put me on blood pressure medication, diabetes medication, blah, blah, and I don't need any of that shit now. You know what I mean? And you know, I only had to change one thing in my life, and that was everything. But no, you know what I mean? I started with one thing. I started eating better. I started walking. I started exercising more. You know, I started just getting exercise mostly. Like there's some big secret, you know? No, you have to get up and you have to move around, you know? But as I was saying, sorry, it's a long ass video. But as I was saying, you know, I continuously see people getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and I was there as well, you know, and I would always take the pharmaceutical route. You know, I don't even I can't even remember when I took an ibuprofen or aspirin the last time, you know, but nobody's willing, because when I tell people like what I'm doing, they're like, oh, I can't do that. There's no way, you know, I got this knee, I got this back, I got this blah 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 blah, you know, and I was the same way forever, you know. I used to see people getting in shape and looking better and doing like these big things, and I'm like, oh well, you know, I give them the like, but I'm like, they don't know about my knees and my ankle that I rolled several times, and my neck, and oh, my shoulder, oh man, and then I got this cramp, you know. I mean, if you know, I said it before, it's like if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're correct. You are right. So what do you want to do, you know? I mean, fine, people need medication, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get that. But what are you doing to work towards not using that medication, or not being on drugs, or not drinking daily, or eating correctly, you know? I mean, you got to start with one step, you know? I was embarrassed to go outside and like walk like a brisk walk because I was so large, you know, and because I judged others about their appearance, I figured others would judge me, you know, and that kept me from doing it. You know, I get paralyzed by that fear, you know. I have a little bit of it now with learning how to edit, right? Because this video could be a lot shorter, but you know, I've made a commitment to myself that I'm going to learn how to do, you know, editing and you know. But that's my next step, you know, and so I'm always trying to achieve something new, you know, something that at one point I didn't think was attainable, you know, but it is attainable today. But if anybody wants to know the secret, eat less, exercise more, drink a lot of water, try to have a PMA, you know, a positive mental attitude, and you can do it, man. If I can do it, shit, man, I was like 300 pounds unhealthy. I didn't even think, I mean, I couldn't walk up a slight incline on the driveway, and I was like smoking butts, drinking, doing drugs, eating shit. Man, I felt like garbage, man. You know what I mean? I feel so fucking good now, you know. And don't get me wrong, right? Like today, I wanted to take a nap and this and that. And I saw like I'm like, I ain't doing shit today. I'm gonna exercise. That's it. And like I got up and I'm like, no, go do laundry, go do your hike, you know. Clean up around the house some, and learn how to edit, you know, take an hour out of your day and learn how to do something, you know, a skill that'll help me in my future. All right, everybody. Excuse me. Peace. Have a great day. Like the shirt? Don't make me get all America up in here. Peace. Have a great